No need to form RCI to probe Tabung Haji's fund status. Hong Kong protesters seize government headquarters. You're watching News on 2 with me, Renee Fong. Good afternoon. The government will not form a Royal Commission of Inquiry, RCI, to investigate Tabung Haji's financial account status. However, according to Minister in the Prime Minister's office, Datuk Seri Dr. Mujahid Yusof, there is a need for the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC, to probe into the manipulation and misuse of funds committed by the previous administration.
Bila tak selesai, bila timbul masalah, bila berlaku panic run ke apa, tapi bila kita dah habis kita punya proses pemulihan, benda dah kembali stable dan kita dah ada fakta untuk membuktikan. So kenapa RCI? Yang perlu ialah SPRM untuk cek mereka yang telah menimbulkan berbagai penyelewengan dalam Tabung Haji. Kenapa RCI?
Speaking at the Parliament lobby yesterday, Datuk Seri Dr. Mujahid Yusof said that the MACC are aware of the police reports lodged against Tabung Haji and investigations were ongoing. On another note, Datuk Seri Dr. Mujahid Yusof has lashed out against reports which allegedly quoted him as claiming that there were false news reports on Beijing's policies against China's Muslim minorities. He said the news reports were irresponsible and did not fully describe the context of his speech at the Beijing Foreign Studies University on 28th June during his visit to China. Datuk Seri Dr. Mujahid took offence at supposed attempts to link his use of the words false news in a speech to the reported oppression of the Xinjiang province's Muslim Uyghur community by the Chinese government. He said the reports on his speech were confusing, inaccurate and did not truly represent the whole speech. During his official visit to China, Datuk Seri Dr. Mujahid drew flack for his use of the term training centre to refer to a camp set up by the Chinese government to re-educate Muslim dissidents in the Xinjiang province. His Facebook posting drew widespread criticism from social activists and human rights groups who accused him of echoing Chinese propaganda in downplaying the nature of the centre, which foreign media reports had likened to detention camps. Amnesty International Malaysia had rejected Mujahid's description of these training centres and claimed the detainees were subjected to forced political indoctrination, renunciation of their faith, mistreatment and, in some cases, torture. The government will not approve any more application for the construction of new chemical plants in Pasir Gudang, Johor Bahru to ensure more sustainable development in the area. Energy, Science, Technology, Environment and Climatic Change Tech Minister Yeo Bin Yin said the matter had been discussed with the state government. Speaking to reporters after a town hall session with industry players at Menara Akapah of the Pasir Gudang Municipal Council yesterday, Yeo said the session was held to obtain feedback from industry players on immediate measures to be taken to address the pollution problem in Pasir Gudang. Furthermore, Yeo said following discussions, the industry players agreed to adopt the affected schools and provide them with gas detectors.
Kita tak boleh approve semua lagi kilang-kilang kimia, tak boleh lagi ya. Yang kilang-kilang kimia sedia ada ya, apa yang kita kena rujuk semula ya, cuba analisis semula sama ada apakah yang kita kena ambil ya untuk turunkan emission mereka.
Yeo said the ministry would table a paper on the installation of an automated pollutant monitoring system in Pasir Gudang this Friday to the Cabinet to obtain an allocation for the purpose. She said relevant industry players have also been asked to provide the necessary data on their release of water into the air and river to facilitate the ministry to carry out loading capacity analysis on industrial areas in Pasir Gudang. Yeo said 3 factories in Pasir Gudang had ceased operations since Thursday following an incident where students and others in the area were reported to experience breathing difficulties. The 111 schools in Pasir Gudang, which were closed last week due to the air pollution issue, were reopened on Sunday. On the same day, however, 30 students and teachers from 15 schools were referred to community clinics after showing symptoms of vomiting and headache. The motion to compel all members of parliament to declare their assets was unanimously approved by the Dewan Rakyat yesterday. Minister in the Prime Minister's department, Datuk Liew Vui Keong, when winding up the debate on the motion, said it was the first step by the Pakatan Harapan government to ensure the principle of accountability and transparency is practiced more comprehensively as part of the fight against corruption. According to Datuk Liew, the motion is applicable to all MPs, their spouses and children aged below 21 and related trustees. Earlier, Datuk Liew said MPs will be expected to declare their assets within 3 months up to 1st October 2019 by filling out the statutory declaration form set by the Dewan Rakyat Speaker. Pursuant to Section 3 of Act 783 and Section 199 of the Penal Code, any false declaration could potentially land the MP in jail for up to 3 years with a fine under Section 193 of the Penal Code.
Satu, memberteraskan rasuah merupakan satu tunjak yang paling penting bagi kerajaan Pakatan Harapan ini. Jadi kerajaan sentiasa memastikan bahawa isu rasuah ini akan dapat diatasi seberapa cepat yang boleh. Itulah sebab kerajaan telah pun mengeluarkan beberapa RUU termasuk usul ini pertama merupakan langkah yang pertama yang dipertua. Jadi selain daripada itu, langkah-langkah yang menaikkan akta ataupun membuat akta baru akan dilakukan pada masa sesi persidangan Dewan ini.
The Kuala Lumpur High Court has denied Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak's request to skip a day in court to attend Parliament. High Court Judge Justice Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali refused the request after hearing an application from Datuk Sri Najib's lead counsel, Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi Abdullah, and counter-arguments from Attorney General Tommy Thomas, who objected it. Earlier, Tan Sri Shafi had applied for an adjournment after Datuk Sri Najib's trial involving abuse of SRC International Sdn Bhd funds resumed for the day at 9:45 a.m. yesterday. He said his client needed time out to attend the Parliament sitting, which resumed yesterday. Tan Sri Shafi said Datuk Sri Najib wanted to take part in the session as an important bill concerning the declaration of assets for all MPs would be tabled. Thomas said there was no reason for the court to grant the request, as Datuk Sri Najib could attend Parliament after 5 p.m. The trial, which had been postponed after the last hearing on 20th June, has entered its 30th day with 40 prosecution witnesses called to the stand. Coming up next, awareness on SOCSO's benefits increasing positively. Awareness among employers on the importance of contributing to the Social Security Organisation, SOCSO, has increased positively following various awareness campaigns conducted by the agency. Its Chief Executive Officer, Datuk Sri Muhammad Azman Aziz Muhammad, said through its Ops Kesan program conducted in April this year, about 14% out of 10,000 employers checked have yet to register and contribute for their employees. Datuk Sri Muhammad Azman said apart from employers, self-employed individuals such as taxi drivers, e-hailing operators and bus drivers need to register themselves, as it would be beneficial in the long term in terms of their security and protection in case of any untoward incidents.
Masih ada lagi yang masih belum mendaftar dan mencarum. Kita ambil contoh, pemandu-pemandu taksi, pemandu-pemandu Grab, tak sampai 20% yang hadir mendaftar. Mereka menganggapkan ini satu beban. Tetapi insurans kereta, insurans taksi mereka beli. Jadi mereka lebih sayang taksi daripada sayang diri mereka dan sayang keluarga mereka. Kalau mereka sayang keluarga, sayang diri, belilah. Ataupun mendaftarlah dengan Pekeso. Bayarlah caruman Pekeso. Ini untuk masa depan diri mereka dan keluarga mereka.
Datuk Sri Muhammad Azman said this at the launch of the trailer for a movie entitled Warkah, a joint production between SOXO and OPI Global Pictures. Also at the event were Human Resources Minister M. Kula Segarana and his deputy Datuk Mahfuz Omar. The attendance of e-hailing drivers with special needs OKU at a public service vehicle PSV licensing test yesterday was very encouraging, with 256 out of 367 registered drivers turning up. Announcing this, Transport Minister Anthony Loke Siu Fok said the test was conducted by the Road Transport Department RTD in batches at the multipurpose hall at the ministry premises. Loke said an estimated 100 special needs drivers did not attend yesterday's test, and if this was because they were located outstation, the ministry would look at how it could assist them logistically. Records of e-hailing service providers indicate that there are 367 drivers with special needs.
Semangat seperti ini perlu kita teruskan supaya walaupun kita ada dasar mengawal selia, bukan saja dalam e-hailing tetapi dalam apa saja dasar yang kita laksanakan. Yang penting ialah apa-apa dasar yang kita laksanakan itu perlu ada sense of compassion. Kita compassionate. Kita ada flexibility untuk melihat bagaimana apa-apa dasar yang kita laksanakan itu dapat membantu dan merangkumi semua golongan. Terutamanya golongan-golongan OKU ni merupakan yang perlu kita memberikan sedikit sokongan. That is the point that I want to make. That whatever we do, kita tak boleh terlalu rigid.
Speaking in a press conference after launching the PSV licensing program for special needs drivers yesterday, Loke said RTD will announce the test results and issue licenses within the next 5 days. The program comprises a medical examination, online training and the PSV test. Loke was reported to have said that from July this year, all e-hailing service drivers would be required to attend a course and obtain a PSV license like their taxi driver counterparts. Eight women from China were among 56 individuals arrested for their involvement in an international online gambling syndicate. The raid was conducted at a condominium in Sungai Long, Kajang in Selangor on 26 June. According to Kajang District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Ahmad Zafir Muhammad Yusof, all the suspects who were nabbed aged 18 to 56 did not possess any valid identification documents and travel documents.
Tak, dia tengah beroperasi, dia 24 hours, tak pernah tidur. Dia makan, minum semua kat dalam tu, tak pernah tinggalkan tempat tu. Dan kawasan tu memang bertutup daripada luar, kalau kita tengok memang tak nampak apa. Cuma kita dapat maklumat dan risikan kita untuk confirmkan yang memang dalam premis tu memang ada orang. So daripada luar tu memang tak nampak pergerakan apa langsung, lampu pun tak nampak.
Investigation found that the syndicate had been running an international online gambling operation for the Canadian, China and Hong Kong markets for the past 2 months. The syndicate is believed to have collected bets of up to 300,000 ringgit daily, while workers were paid between 4,000 ringgit to 7,000 ringgit a month. Also seized during the raid were 30 laptops, 45 mobile phones of various brands and 2 internet modems. The suspects were remanded to facilitate investigation into the case. A fire broke out at a multi-storey escalator located between Genting Grand and First World Hotel in Genting Highlands around 6 p.m. yesterday. In a statement, Resorts World Genting said the management reported that no one was hurt and the resort is not affected as the area is located at an isolated place. Customers were quickly ushered away by the resort's fire response team, who were at the scene and had immediately cordoned off the area when the fire happened. According to the statement, the fire brigade was at the scene within 10 minutes and the fire was put down instantaneously. It said all operations at the resort continue as normal. Meanwhile, Deputy Director of the Malaysian Fire and Rescue Department, Pahang Muhammad Sani Haru, said the fire only affected the landscape division, which only had decorative plastic flower plants which spread to the building. He said it was estimated that the fire only affected 10% of the building and it was brought under control about half an hour later. Muhammad Sani said 8 personnel and a fire engine from the Genting Highlands Fire and Rescue Station were rushed to the location after receiving a distress call at 6:13 p.m. The source of the fire is still being investigated. The Pahang Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency MMEA foiled an attempt to smuggle 2,000 cartons of cigarettes worth 300,000 ringgit, including taxes, in water off Kuala Rompin in Kuantan on Friday. Pahang MMEA Deputy Director Operations Captain V. Panir Selvan said the Force 10 and 77 branded cigarettes were believed to have been abandoned at Pantai Batu Tujuh, Kuala Rompin by 2 male suspects upon realizing the presence of the authorities. Captain V. Panir said the 11:30 p.m. raid was carried out following 6 months of intelligence gathering as well as tip-offs from the public. Elaborating further, he said 2 men on a fiberglass boat were believed to be transferring the smuggled cigarettes into a lorry waiting at the roadside. However, as soon as they realized the MMEA's presence, the 2 men sped off in the boat. The MMEA boat pursued them but could not catch up. Speaking to a press conference at the MMEA headquarters yesterday, he said the lorry waiting at the roadside also fled the scene, and checks by MMEA found the cigarettes left behind by the perpetrators. Coming up in sports, bonus awaits Kedah squad if they bring home FA Cup trophy. A lucrative bonus awaits the Kedah football squad if they manage to bring home the 2019 FA Cup trophy end of this month. Kedah Football Association Secretary Muhammad Asmirul Anwar Aris says the amount will be discussed by the State Excos this Thursday. Muhammad Asmirul, who is also State Youth and Sports Chairman, said the bonus will be divided among layers and management of the Red Eagles.
Jadi kita akan berbincang dengan pihak semua exco untuk melihat bahawa kita juga akan memberikan imbuhan kepada pihak pemain-pemain dan juga pengurusan dan juga pasukan Lang Merah sekiranya kita boleh bawa balik Piala FA ke negeri Kedah, insya-Allah.
And that concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. In our top story, no need to form RCI to probe Tabung Haji's fund status. News on 2 will be back at 7 this evening for more updates. Till then, I'm Renee Fong. Thanks for watching and have a pleasant afternoon.